Within the subtle structure of the pranic network, every nadi has a specific root, and at certain points, all the nadis come together to form centers of pranic and psychic energy, known as chakras. Chakra is a Sanskrit term which means circle, wheel, something round, and spinning. There are many chakras in the body, but the major ones form an energy circuit along the spinal column in the region of the 5 major nerve plexus. These chakras are mediatory, receiving energy from the higher levels and transmitting it throughout the mind and body. All these chakras function at varying vibrational frequencies and are therefore perceived as vortices of light, which vary in color depending on their rate of vibration. The rishis who perceived these chakras in deep meditation saw that they resembled lotus flower of different shades with different numbers of petals. Therefore, in the yogic texts, they describe them as lotuses of the body. The lowest chakra is called Muladhara. Then moving up the spine are Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddhi and Ajna. Further we come up to Sahasrara. Muladhara is equivalent of Sahasrara in animal kingdom. Sahasrara is totally free from the influence of Ida and Pingla, and therefore it is not always considered to be a chakra. Many yogic scriptures only talk about the 5 chakras along the vertebral column. Others include Agya, but few include Sahasrara. Muladhara to Vishuddhi belong to the range of the 5 basic elements of creation. Agya is considered with mind and intuition alone. In the lower centers, matter is denser and awareness is dimmer, while in the higher centers, awareness predominates and matter becomes increasingly more subtle up to the Sahasrara, which is pure awareness devoid of matter. The Panch Tattwas, the philosophy of Tantra and Swara Yoga, explains how the whole universe is the composition of 5 Mahabhutas or Tattwas. These are the elements of Akasha, ether, Vayu, air, Agni, fire, Apas, water, and Prithvi, earth. Ever since the time of ancient civilizations, man has always considered that the world is made up of the 4 fundamentals, elements of earth, water, fire, and air. These elements represent particular frequencies at states of prana and consciousness. The Mandukya Upanishad, Prashnopanishad, and Shiva Sarodaya explain that the 5 elements or Panch Tattwas evolved from mind, mind from prana, and prana from superconsciousness. As the human body itself is made up of the same cosmic elements, the properties of these elements are inherent throughout the body, right down to the tiniest cell and atom. Their influence is so subtle and precise that they affect the whole pattern of life, just as the blueprint of all your physical and mental characteristics is contained within the DNA molecule. The combination and proportion of the tattvas also determine the whole structure of your being. Each tattva has a particular pranic frequency and affects the mechanism of the body and flow of prana. Therefore, tattva sadhana is a practice used in Swara Yoga to study the flow of the breath in order to recognize the predominant tattva. These tattvas are indicative of psychophysiological states and cause the breath to flow in different directions on exhalation. If you know which tattva is active, you can judge your physical, mental, and emotional state and gauge it according to whatever task you are about to undertake. But more than this, the practice increases our mundane awareness and experience so that a deeper understanding grows of who and what we are. Nature of tattvas. Tattva is a particular vibration of prana from which specific sound frequencies, mantra and color or varna are created. Prana is pure light, and just as white light contains all the various colors of spectrum, in the same way prana can be broken down into the individual tattvas. In yoga we say that the earth tattva is the lowest and akasha is the highest vibration of the individual elements. But it must be remembered that the tattvas are not physical and chemical elements. They refer to a particular level of energy, sound frequency, and light emanation. Prana vibrates throughout the body at a different frequency at different speed of red light, blue light, yellow light, etc. These colors and vibrations, when registered as sound, indicate various tattvas. Tattvas can be recognized in gross, subtle, individual, and cosmic manifestations. These tattvas interact with each other, and due to this, as the Shiva Sarodaya explains, all changes in the universe are affected. Recognizing the tattvas in Swara Yoga, the active tattva can be recognized by the specific length and direction of breath. To become familiar with each tattva requires intense concentration and sensitivity of mind, because as the Shiva Swarodaya states, the Tattwas are hidden at a very subtle level of existence. Just as a scientist can only see the molecules comparing matter by looking through a microscope, in the same way, Swara Yoga explains that the Tattwas, which manifest in various forms, can only be perceived by meditating upon the forms of the Tattwas. If you recognize the Tattwas, you know the nature of your being and of cosmic events. Astrology and Swara. The Shiva Swarodaya explains how the breath relates to planetary, solar, and lunar movements, and it also has some connection with astrology. The Shiva Swarodaya also states that astrology without the science of Swara is useless. Swara Yoga talks about the same elements, but says they manifest in the body and can be detected by analyzing the body processes and breath. In astrology, the elements represent particular levels of vibration and influence at the cosmic level. In Swara Yoga, these elements and vibrations are seen to be present within the individual structure. So we do not have to look into the universe because the macrocosm is mirrored in the microcosm. Swara Yoga and astrology are like the two ends of the same stick. Swara Yoga can open a whole new vista of life to the practitioner. However, it is essential to remind yourself that the science was not designed to bestow siddhis or psychic powers, though such side effects can manifest. Keep in mind that the ultimate goal for which you are striving is to heighten your consciousness beyond mundane experiences.